Hi, this is Jane Gates, and this is Basil, my friend. And he's 14 years old, and he is suffering from old dog vestibular disease. It's really important. I want to put this up here for people who suddenly find their dog, their head tilted to the side, can't stand up, eyes moving, possibly vomiting, maybe salivating a lot, which means they're very nauseated. These are the characteristic symptoms of vestibular disease. And I'm showing you a close-up of the eyes because this is a dead giveaway. My own guess on this is that he's trying to try to get a hold of the world, because if you've ever had vertigo, which this is a form of, the world just spins. You don't know what's up, what's down, and you lose your balance and you get nauseated. And that's what happens to these poor dogs. Many of them end up going into the vets. They charge them thousands of dollars for all kinds of tests which are not necessary. You can see he's very stressed out. And in other cases, they are put down, actually put to sleep, because everybody thinks that they're having a stroke. It is very stroke-like, but it isn't necessarily a stroke, and it's way more common than people think. So what I want to do is just show you what some of these symptoms are, so that if this happens, you know. Excuse me, Trisket, we have somebody visiting, but he's leaving right now because I really want you to see what's going on. That eye movement called, I think it's called nystagma or nystagma, something like that. Anyway, it's that back and forth motion and panting, stress, wobbly walking, falling over. Basil can't even stand up. It's going to be a long siege. He's not eating solids, he won't eat solids, but you do want to keep your dog hydrated as much as possible. If he goes for 24 hours, and especially if he's vomiting, do bring him into the vets, because you want to make sure he keeps hydrated. He's doing real well with just some chicken stock, the liquid. He likes that. I give him maybe about a quarter of a cup every couple of hours just to keep him hydrated. He won't, as I said, he won't eat hard food yet. But this is something. Things get a little sloppy, a little messy. You may have some problems with cleanup after them. On either end, do what you can to keep them as comfortable. Put them as you can. Keep them in a space where they're not going to get into trouble, fall over anything. Give them lots of love. Leave them alone and try to let them sleep as much as possible. Expect it can take a good 72 hours. Sometimes, if you're lucky, faster, but 72 hours is the usual amount of time to notice significant change. And then it can take anything from a week to several weeks before they're really back to normal. Sometimes their heads remain in a strange, sort of in a slightly tilted position, but they can get back and be your old friends. And that would just be wonderful to have them. So before you panic, it's a very scary thing to watch your little pet completely helpless. And it looks serious. It looks as serious as a serious stroke. In most cases, it's not. This is not as uncommon as a lot of people think. And much to my astonishment, there are way too many vets who will soak you for thousands of dollars of tests for no reason, or who don't even know about canine or old dog vestibular disease, and put the dog down, which would be a real shame, because you can get your old friend back again. If you're dealing with this, you have my sympathy. It's going to be difficult and take a lot of time and energy, and it's going to be tough on your little friend for a little while, but it is temporary. So you have my support, you have Basil's support. What he has to give right now, not too much, but I'm looking forward to that day real soon, I hope, when he's back to his old self. Be aware, this is rarely a permanent situation. In fact, I don't know if it ever is permanent. So don't give up.